Hello, Pisces. Thank you for being here. This is your reading for the month of July 2022. And if you hear some annoying beeping outside of my apartment, I do apologize for that. They're doing construction on my street. But with that said, I have such an interesting vision to share with you that I had during my meditation. I was meditating on your energy, Pisces. And damn, that's all I have to say. This was like very profound imagery. So, let me get my laptop. Also, I want to say that today is the 24th of June, 2022. So this reading really goes from today through the end of July. So the 24th of June to the end of July. Now, I'm going to just read to you what I experienced in my vision. So I walked into this big bright light of the sun. It felt like solar energy. It was very like the sun card or the strength card. It was like this Leo energy, right? And as I was walking through that, my eyes adjusted and I realized that it wasn't the sun. It was actually a spotlight. You know how when you're looking directly into a spotlight, your eyes kind of get that funny, those spots in your eyes? And my eyes adjusted and I realized I was on stage in front of a group of people. And I was nervous and my voice was moving in and out. But then when I got up to the microphone, it like squeaked really, really loud. And I said, I took everything in me and I took, I tried to straighten my back and take a deep breath. And I said, I'm going to be speaking today on the vastness of the universe and the fact that we are all connected as one with it. And then I saw, when I said that, there was one kid all the way in the back. It was like, it was in a school, it seemed. It wasn't necessarily like, it wasn't like a TED Talk. It was like at either a high school or it was an older auditorium. And I saw this one kid way in the back. He just perked up when I said, I'm going to be speaking today on the vastness of the universe and the fact that we're all connected as one with it. I saw him perk up in his chair and he was listening, but the majority of the people were on their phones. There was this one kid that was throwing popcorn at me, just kind of dicking around, People were bored with what I was saying or they didn't know what I was saying. And I had a PowerPoint presentation. A lot of people didn't care. And then this voice came to me and said, sometimes one is all you need to start a movement. Now that's a very important point, Pisces, because that one kid that perked up when you started talking about the vastness of the universe and our connection to it and that we're one with it and it's kind of a mirror. It's like we're mirroring it or it's mirroring us or whatever. That one kid perked up and then I heard a voice say to me, hey, don't get discouraged about how all these other people are not listening to you, right, Pisces? This voice said, sometimes one is all you need to start a movement, okay? And then as I was walking to my car, the presentation was over, the boy who perked up as I was speaking came up to me and he said, can we talk? But when I took a close look at him, I realized he was actually much older. He looked like a kid when we were at the school, but when he walked up to me, he was an older gentleman. He was probably in his mid-50s or so. He had kind of some gray hair. And so he asked me if we could talk, right? And so when he walked up to me, there was like a sense of authority with him when he walked up to me. So I went with him and we went to his lab and he explained to me that he was a Harvard professor and we started talking about molecular structure and its relation to quantum mechanics. It was like everything that I was talking about in my presentation, but he was a professional. He was very intelligent. And so we talked for hours and hours and hours and we were in his lab and then I fell asleep. And in the next morning when I woke up, I saw next to me, there was this stapled dissertation sitting there. And there was a sticky note on top of that dissertation and it said, continue my work. continue my work. And it was like I woke up from a dream, and I realized that the whole experience that I had with that professor was a dream. It was this metaphysical experience, and yet I had that dissertation sitting there that was titled something like the relation between molecular structure in the body and quantum mechanics of the universe. It was some complex title like that, and there was a sticky note that said continue my work. Okay, Pisces, so now also, this is at the bottom of the deck, the Wheel of Fortune. You don't have to worry too much about how you're going to continue this work. Another thing that I want to say, and look, the Fool, you're going to have to take some risks here because, as you saw, there weren't many people listening. So you're going to have to be the Fool here, Pisces. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. People who are truly revolutionary, sometimes they're not even recognized in this lifetime. It seemed like that professor had given his entire life to something, and he had already passed away, and now he's passing the work on to our generation. But take this whole thing, you could take it as an allegory, you can take it literally. I'm not going to pretend that I understand everything to do with quantum mechanics, quantum physics. I know a little bit, enough to be able to relay this message, but it just seemed to be this dire information / it was extremely fascinating to you, and somebody that was higher up than you was sent to you. Somebody that had already passed on was sent to you to not only validate that your work matters, because he was more advanced than you, but also to say it's not just about the fact that you need to be validated. They want you to continue the work that was already started in previous times. So, I said what I needed to say. Now let's get to your reading. For Pisces for July 2022, yeah, I'm like out of breath because that's a lot, it's complex. And honestly, this could even be an allegory for, some sort of complex spiritual subjects, or, subjects that need to be addressed within religious communities, because I saw the Hierophant when I was looking behind the Fool before. This could be just a complex, side door, back door way of getting this information to you, Pisces, where this could just be, it could be something that seems like quantum mechanics, right? Something like, yeah, look, 9 of Swords. But we have the King of Swords here, and the King of Swords is all about strategy. The King of Swords knows how to put together a dissertation, for example, and knows how to connect all the dots here. So even if you're feeling overwhelmed here, Pisces, even if you're feeling like, I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about, how am I supposed to convince others or show others what I've been learning? It's okay, Pisces, and I'm hearing that loud and clear. You don't even have to understand. And see, there's 9 here. You might be trying to bring forward some sort of argument / debate is really what I'm talking about. It's like I'm seeing somebody about to walk up on stage, and they have an opposing party, and they have to have like 9 really solid points to defeat, quote unquote, the other party, right? What I'm hearing on this card is, look, the swords are already behind you. Whether you realize it or not, Pisces, you already have those 9 points. And this is just, take this as you will. I'm just speaking in a flow state right now, where this could all just be allegory for you. This could even be in a personal manner. You might feel like you have to have 9 points regarding a relationship in your life or something like that. This could be you feel like you have to have 9 points to prove your case to get a promotion at your job. Whatever this is, Pisces, the fact of the matter here is, this is a card of fears. And yet, those 9 swords are already hanging behind this guy. He already has everything he needs. And that's what I want to say to you, Pisces, loud and clear. Okay? This is like the message that I'm going to pull more cards, but this is the message. Don't be afraid. You already have the answers. It's like in the vision that I saw when you were walking up on stage, your voice was cracking, you know, the kid was throwing popcorn at you and making jokes. You know, people were on their phones, but that one guy, and he was the guy who really mattered, perked up at your speech. Okay? That's like an Ace of Wands moment. That's like, you know, you have the goods, Pisces. All right? So let's set him down. Because this, a lot of the time, this is a card of fears that have grown into a monster when you already have the answers behind you. Okay, you already have the King of Swords. You have the strategy. You have the information. And you do have a community awaiting this information. So I would say, because I'm seeing a time clock here, one of those sand clocks that you turn over in the sand, I'm seeing one of those it's not that you're running out of time. There's always more time in the universe, but there's a certain spiritual deadline here where there's a community waiting for you and they need you. And they need your information. And the King of Swords knows exactly how to, hello, I have something to share with you, people. You know, basically. And we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Sun, and there's the Fool again, and the Hierophant, and the Ace of Wands, just like I said. With that Ace of Wands. Okay, so, okay. For Pisces. King of Pentacles. Interesting. With the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. You're going to have to be practical here as well, Pisces. And let me get another card before I say what I'm going to say. But it's like... I keep hearing this phrase, like, you gotta be with the times, though, Pisces. Because you're bringing forward such high intellect here. It's such profound... You are dealing with such profound revelation here with whatever you're revealing to people, in whatever way you're revealing it. First of all, people might try to steal it, so because there's the Seven of Swords. So that's number one. Make sure your work is copyrighted, patented. Make sure you have your name on everything. I learned how to watercolor paint back when I was a CNA. I had this one really amazing lady who was a beautiful, accomplished painter. She had all her paintings were wrapped up very nicely and tucked away, and she taught me how to watercolor paint for a few years. And she told me to always sign my name at the bottom of the painting, always. She said you need to take your work and put your name on your work. So that's what I would suggest here, Pisces. Your work is so profound that even if it seems like people don't know what the hell you're talking about, some people will, and they might even try to steal it here. Okay? So make sure you have everything patented, and make sure you have everything... That's too many cards. You know, make sure you have everything together that you need to do. Look, there's the Eight of Pentacles. Work hard on whatever you're doing. Work smart, I'm hearing as well. Make sure you get your necessary rest, because this can be a card of feeling overwhelmed, not enough sleep, not enough rest, okay? So, anyways, let's get another card with this King of Pentacles, because I have an idea. The King of Pentacles is very practical, very down to earth, knows what needs to be done behind the scenes to make something run. The Strength card. That's that Leo energy that I was talking about in the vision when I was walking into that sun, that solar. I was walking into some sort of solar energy. I was walking through it and it was invigorating me. The Strength card is a Leo energy. There's also this yellow here. You need to be strong to confront the demons, okay, within yourself. Okay, this lion can be, this is like a card of self-control. Okay, this is a card of helping ourselves here more than anything else, but it's also a card of being strong, obviously by the name Strength. Okay, being strong to go up on that proverbial stage or literal stage, even though your voice was cracking, even though you felt kind of like you were breathing weirdly and stuff. Okay, walk through that solar energy, which is Leo energy, which is Leo is a spotlight energy. Leo is an energy that is able to stand in front of a crowd. But with this King of Pentacles, what I'm going to say with this guy is there's a need to be grounded here, number one. Okay. Number two, whatever you're doing here, because I'm drawn to the pentacle and he has these like grapes that he's wearing, you will, as you become more accomplished, be compensated for your work, but it might not be at first, so you're going to have to be strong because of that. And that might also bring stress into your life, okay? Another thing I want to say on this King of Pentacles is that sometimes he can be a little out of touch because he's so focused on the practical, he's so focused on what's going on in the day-to-day that sometimes he misses, like that King of Swords is a little more analytical, and pairing the King of Swords with the King of Pentacles is good here because yes, you want to be down to earth, yes, you want to be practical, yes, you want to take care of yourself here, but you also don't want to be out of touch, okay? Because I believe you can reach our generation through what you're saying if you can just, and I don't want to be rude by saying dumb it down, but I do want to say TikTok keeps coming to mind, so I'm just going to say it. You might want to try to like appeal to shorter attention spans and like try to figure out a way to get that kid, excuse me, somebody's calling me, get that kid that was throwing popcorn at you to pay attention. There might be a way with this Leo energy that you're able to do that. I mean, Leos are amazing performers, for example. You might be able to figure out a way now that you have such a high vibe, such a high understanding. You might be able to teach the children, whether they're literal children or not. Look, there's that King of Swords again. And this is where you're going to need strategy. You may be able to, okay, let me backtrack and say this. Einstein said that if you can't teach complex ideas to a 5-year-old, then you don't even know what you're talking about. And that quote has always stuck with me. If you're dealing with complex subject matter, you should be able to break that down and teach it to a 5-year-old kid. So I believe that's what this King of Pentacles is saying. Come down to earth, help people who are afraid, and do it in a creative kind of Leo vibe way where you can catch people's attention, okay? Because the higher ups understand you, agree with you, and are rewarding you for your efforts here, even financially. But I believe what they're asking you is to wake up to the times with this Judgment card here, is that they want as many people as possible to be able to wake up as well to some of these deeper concepts that you're being shown. So even though you understand it and you have your 9 points and you went through your dark night of the soul understanding this information, they're asking you just to come down to earth and then present it in such a way that will be able to be received by a generation of people who maybe have a shorter attention span. Because at the end of the day, this is not about, seeing it from a different perspective, this is not about proving that you're smart or showing how intellectual you are and how, forward thinking your ideas are. What's the point of that if the entire audience is not even listening? Okay. So I believe that that's what's being shown here, is to look at this from a different perspective. Take what you've known and understood and present it in a different way so that it is understood and it is received and it is acknowledged by people of this generation. That's just what I'm seeing. Because you're able to do that. You're able to do that. And look, there's the Ace of Pentacles with the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. And if you do that, if you take those deep, complex thoughts and break them down and look at them from another vantage point and be like, how do I take something super profound and break it down so that everyday people can understand what I'm saying? Okay. If you do that, it will be financially lucrative. And I'm just going to say that as I see it. Okay, and that's not to say you're selling out or anything like that. Selling out, I mean, why did Einstein say what he said? There's a reason he said what he said. And there's a reason that Jesus said, that the way that we understand the kingdom of God, which is another way to look at, let me just set this down and finish what I'm saying here. I'm getting out of breath because this energy is very powerful. That's coursing through my veins right now. And this is very high level stuff here, Pisces. Okay. Jesus said, be like a child to enter the kingdom of God. Another way to put that is what Einstein said. Take something very complex and break it down so that a 5-year-old can understand it. The way, ironically enough, to understand very complex things is actually to approach it like a child, with wonder, with excitement, with new ways of seeing something. Okay, this is a call to arms, a call to action. We have the Judgment card, waking up to your calling here. Okay, so let me move these down a smidgen. And I'm just going because I'm looking at this 5 of Swords and I don't like that guy's face. It's pissing me off. There's a reason I feel that way as I'm looking at this card. Okay. When you decide to follow that nudge of the universe and look at something from another perspective, something that's very, this more than anybody here, Pisces, whatever this is, and you come down to earth and you present it in a different way, that's when the universe will give you opportunities. Okay? We saw the 7 of Swords before. Okay, there may be, somebody might try to steal your work. Make sure everything is under your name. Make sure you have all, everything put together. So so that being said, once again, because the 5 of Swords and the 7 of Swords, sometimes they can kind of go together. But when you look at things from a different perspective, present it differently, the universe will give you opportunities. So this could be, for the next 6 months here, you may be kind of in a process of presenting something in a new way. You're going to be given an opportunity, okay? In that opportunity, there may be people who come against you. I'm just going to say it like I see it, okay? And that might leave you feeling like, ugh, I don't want to do this anymore. Ugh, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be here. I just want to go back to where it's comfortable, where other kind of intellectual people understand what I'm talking about. I don't want to deal with the kids. That's how I'm seeing it. It's like you're saying, I don't want to deal with these assholes throwing popcorn at me. I want to go where I'm recognized. But this is the ironic thing. And I was going to call you Leo. This is the ironic thing, Pisces. Maybe you have Leo in your chart. Maybe you have some sort of, look at all your houses and everything, because we have influences of these different energies within us all. Okay, and we can tap into these energies as well. Okay, so I could say 5 things on that, but I'm going to stay on topic. You're going to be given something, I would say, within the next 6 months here. So, the rest of this year, it's going to be a year of pushing the limits here and putting yourself out there. You may feel like when people come against your ideas or they throw popcorn at you or whatever, you might be like, why am I even here? Am I dealing with the wrong audience? No. I'm here literally to tell you, no, you're not dealing with the wrong audience. This is the exact audience that you are called, like the judgment card, to reach. And there may be people who misunderstand you here and you may be feeling like this, but I do want to say the Justice card is here. The Justice card has scales. The Six of Pentacles has scales. Things will balance out eventually, and you will end things with the Ace of Cups, which is not only an amazing constant flow, right? But it's also a sense of equilibrium and balance, which is the Justice card and the Six of Pentacles have a similar energy here. The Justice card also has that sword, which is the sword of the King of Swords that we had before. So to sum everything up for you, Pisces, in a nice clean little bow, and that's what the universe wants you to do, because people have a short attention span, all right? You got to get good with you. You have everything you need here. You have all your points. You are more than qualified. You are overqualified. That vision was given to you to show you that the quote-unquote higher-ups see you. They validate you. They are calling you to action. So get grounded about these high intellectual ideas. Get grounded about it. And then with this fire energy, put it forth with a different sort of spin. Like, is a kid on TikTok gonna sit and listen to a 2.5 hour dry lecture on molecular structure and how it relates to quantum mechanics? No, probably not. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. They're probably not. So if the universe wants you to express these deep, profound ideas, you're gonna have to do it in a different way because they want you to do it like that. Okay, they're gonna give you the opportunity. There may be a couple bumps in the road, okay, but in the end it's gonna end up like this. We also saw the Ace of Pentacles, so the money's coming too, so don't worry about that either. All right, Pisces, that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm getting. Said everything I needed to say. Got it off my chest. That might be how you're feeling. Let it flow. Let it come forward. Do what you need to do. Opportunities will be given to you. And you're the person for the job. You're the one who knows how to reach this generation in a certain way. Okay? The universe would not be asking you if you couldn't. All right? So let's just make that very clear. This is all set up for you. This is all, it's like they created a certain opportunity that would literally be just for you. It's like getting your suit tailored to your body. This opportunity that's being given to you, not only are you overqualified, but this opportunity is being custom tailored to your body. Okay? So don't doubt it. Even if people kind of, try to tear you down or whatever, forget it. It's all part of the balancing. It's all part of it. It's like with YouTube. If somebody thumbs down your video, that's still considered a vote, and that's still, YouTube looks at thumbs up and thumbs down as interaction. So it doesn't matter if people don't like what you're doing or they make fun of you or whatever. It's still interaction. Okay, and in the end, this is where you're going to end up. You're going to be fulfilled. You're going to feel like this is exactly what you were called to do, and it's going to continue to just flow and flow and flow and flow. You're never going to run out of ideas, so don't be scared of that. You're literally never going to stop running out of ideas because you are tapped in to the divine. You are tapped in to the spirit. You're tapped into the water. and you will consistently be successful. And it's only a matter of time before these pentacles come in, as well as your amazing ideas. Okay, Pisces, I'm going to go over and do your extended on Patreon. So if you want to get that extended, you can click the link in the top of the description and it will take you over to Patreon. Much love to you, Pisces. And I feel like I got to take a few breaths after that. Good luck out there.